So while I've been eating my dinner, I'm doing a bit of research into these Shimano Altus derailleurs and such. And what I found is these crank arms, the Shimano Hyperdrive, they're stamped FCCT90. They've actually recalled in '97. These crank arms were recalled for, I guess, the previous 3 years. They were replaced with the FC C91. Apparently they were prone, well, I would say prone, but there's reports of injuries because they snapped at this point. You can possibly still get them replaced on the recall, but what you get given is a really cheap and nasty set that look nothing like this, nothing like, well, I think these look quite good. They're horrible. They're cheap and nasty low end set that they give you. What that means is that, I mean, if I do want to use those, I can still use them. I could get them replaced. What I also found out is this bottom bracket and this E-type derailleur, they kind of go hand in hand. Because the bottom bracket threads in through the non-drive side and sort of the adjustable, I say adjustable, lock ring goes on the drive side, then it's got that extra spacing to accommodate for this E-type derailleur. If I don't use those cranks, I can't use this derailleur because they are specific to one another. So what I think I might do is steal the derailleurs off the rally activator, which isn't selling, and put them on this bike because it's a nicer bike, and try and find a new bottom bracket for it because it's a steel cartridge. That would save me having to try and free up all these derailleurs. I don't know, it's a difficult one. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's take this off. First, I've gone through my spares bin for bottom brackets and found a new cartridge bearing, which I think was actually meant to go on my road bike, but I haven't replaced it. It's a used one anyway. It just came with a crankset. Anyway, it's 113mm axle, and it actually needs to be spaced, like it's wound in all the way, but there's still a small gap at the back there, so it needs to be spaced. I've got a spacer to put on there. So that's that. That'll have a nice smooth bottom bracket now. So that's good. Let me just measure this. Strange. Yeah, anyway. Crank wise, I'm going to actually stick with the CT90s. I'm going to chance it. Yeah, I'm just going to chance it. If they break, they break. I do have another spare set to put on. They're kind of mismatching, and it does throw the chain line out quite a bit. If I look at it at the moment, it's not too bad down there, but this other set, whoops, like if that's on pretty much all the way, it will go just there. If I put the other set on, Wow, if I just... I think it actually sits out slightly further, so the chain line is out a bit. So I'm going to go with the old one for now. Derailleur wise, I've just taken the band on off the doohickey, the Activator 2. It's a Shimano Ultra C20 band on derailleur, and it will work fine with that. I can put the rear one on as well, and then I can plumb everything up. So I'm just gonna take that back out, put the spacer on it, adjust this to where it should be, put the rear derailleur on, put the chain on. Oh, and I need to actually free up the shifters. But yeah, okay, change of plan again. I have to use the E-type derailleur. Reason being this. Okay, so I did read when I was looking into them, they were designed for bikes with a seat tube angle of a certain amount. It turns out that is very specific, because I tried to put this band on and it is contacting the chainstays. I'm not going to be able to get around it. I can't get low enough to the teeth. I mean, that's like as... yeah, I don't think it would work. So, shit. Yeah, unfortunately I'm going to have to try and free up that E-type derailleur. Okay, quick update before I lock up for the day. Whoop. I started putting the... wait, did I tell you about the shifters? Shifters on now. I've cleaned them out in another video. So I've got them working. So that's nice, because they're quite nice shifters. But they're done. Bar ends are just drying there. Front brake is plumbed up nicely. Rear brake is on, but not plumbed up yet, because I'm still waiting to decide what to do with the rear derailleur. Derailleur cables are on. They're just not plumbed up to anything because I haven't got any derailleurs yet. Bottom brackets on. Cranksets on, but I'm going to have to take them off anyway, because I am currently soaking the front derailleur to try and free it up, and stripping down the rear derailleur. I might be able to, well, I can just stick this rear derailleur on if I need to. That will work. The front derailleur, I'm going to try and free it up, and at the same time research into what I can use as a replacement, because it needs a specific angle to work on this bike. So that's it for now. I'll join you again with the next update. Another weekend, another chance to work on the bikes. The bikes everywhere. Yeah, the Claud Butler. Well, let's just say there's change plans again. Firstly, the saddle. I just happened to have a look on eBay because the original saddle was broken underneath, and this is the first result that popped up. It's actually a Claud Butler branded mountain bike saddle by Selbasino, and it perfectly matches the bike. And I only picked up that for £3, so I got a bit of a bargain there. It's perfect for it. And then also, when it comes to the gearing, oh, it's bright. this and this, they're the original derailleurs off the bike, and they're both completely free now. They both move around, they've got all the motion in it. They're completely free. I managed to soak both of them in, well, degreaser, what else, white spirits and etc., like a little concoction. And then I actually took them to work yesterday, and because they were still rusty, and bathed them in some hydrochloric acid, the parts, after I stripped them down to get the rust off. I still need to touch up this. And yeah, they all work now, so I'm going to put them back on. But I'd also bought I found one new old stock front derailleur on eBay, and it was only like I think it was £8 posted, so I bought that, and that's just going to be a backup because that one works now, so that's just going to be a backup. But what I think is, I'm not actually going to be able to use my new bottom bracket that I've got on here. I think I'm going to have to put the old one back in, because the old one's 116mm and threads in from the non-drive side, so it had the right spacing for the arm on that side, whereas the new one is 3mm shorter, which is the thickness of the derailleur bracket, and it goes on this side, and it actually threads, the new one threads in from this side, so if I take off that 3mm, then this side is going to get 3mm shorter, and I don't think ow, hit my head. I'm pretty sure I don't have the clearance on that side to make it happen. I can try it, but I don't think it will happen. We're so very close. So close to finishing now. Oh, it looks good. Ooh. Basically, it's all in one piece. Got all the brakes attached, got all the gears attached, chain on, wheels on. I need to polish the wheels because they're a bit dirty, but hey ho. And I've just took it for a ride up and down the road. It's got a hill, so it tests out the gears to see if they slip, because I'm still got the original cassette on, and unfortunately that cassette skips. I thought it would because it's pretty worn, so I've just ordered a new one, and it's coming from Greece because 6-speed cassettes, you know, there's not many of them anymore. The spacing will be different on like an 8, 9, 10 speed, blah blah blah. So that's coming from Greece, and it probably won't be here for another 2 weeks now. So it's ready to roll. Just going to clean it up, but I can't really use it yet because it skips. You can probably see it wasn't actually too bad in 5th. Let me focus on that. 5th, the ones that you can see at the front here, it wasn't too bad because the teeth are pretty well shaped, but once it got into sort of mid-range here, it just slipped straight off those because the new chain doesn't mesh with that. So gotta wait 2 weeks, maybe, hopefully less, and I'll be up riding it. As you can tell, I kind of forgot to film a little bit extra to finish this bike. The new doohickey, the new cassette arrived, so you can see the nice teeth on there. That was a bit of a rare find, because all the other ones I found were the Uniglide, and I've been riding it for a bit, so you can see it's dirty, and we're out here now in the open. It's been quite a nice ride, to be fair. The gears work nicely now, they're nice and smooth. The brakes are a bit shite, to be honest. cantilevers. The front squeals like mad, so I need to clean that up and just try and adjust it a bit. But yeah, the gears work nicely now. I did have a little issue to start with the chain skipping on like the second ride, which I thought was the free hub body slipping, because that was seized, and one of my friends had said once they're seized they're never any good. So I was looking around for a new one. I went looking around ages. I was looking all over eBay, different countries eBay, and all I could find was the Uniglide ones, not the Hyperglide. So I decided to go and look for hubs instead, and just out of sheer luck I found a set of these, which are already on there. The Shimano Altus there. Found a set of those hubs, and by sheer luck as well, it had the free hub body on it rather than a screw on for a cassette. So I bought them, swapped it over, and then discovered that the skipping was actually because of a stiff link, and it wasn't anything mechanical. Like, all the parts were fine. It was just literally a stiff link. I don't know why I didn't check that to start with, but hey ho. Sometimes you just think the worst to start with. But yeah, let's I guess have a look around. And by the power of YouTube, here she is, cleaning him. So yeah, it's been a interesting project. Been difficult at times. I mean, freeing up all the derailleurs was quite time consuming. The rear derailleur I stripped down completely, soaked up all the rust with some hydrochloric acid. Had to be quite careful with that, and well, yeah, it worked. It's free now. The front derailleur is free. They're both moving again. Spent a little bit more than I wanted to, because I mean the forks need to be replaced. That was the biggest expenditure I think. But yeah, it's probably up there about the £100 mark, for the bike and all the bits and that. So that's not including like any time value, but I think it's quite nice. So yeah, mission accomplished. It's been saved from scrap. Let's just take a closer look one last time with it all clean. So yeah, you can find your bargains out there. Just look around, check your tips, check your eBays, whatever listings you got around. Some right bargains out there. With a little bit of work, they can be saved, and well, that'll make a nice commuter, or just a general roll-arounder. But yeah, if you like this video, or these two videos, because I've had to split them into two parts because they was so long, then pop us a thumbs up. If you didn't, I mean, hit the dislike. I don't really mind. Maybe I'll do a video taking this around the trails. Maybe I'll go up to Nottingham, go around Sherwood Pines again. But yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Two very nice bikes coming up, so keep your eye out for them, and I'll see you in the next one.